In the not-too-far-off future, T.I.M plunges audiences into an era where advanced artificial intelligence technology is woven into the fabric of daily life. The storyline orbits around Abby, a tech-savvy engineer played by the gifted and beautiful Georgina Campbell, who is employed at a leading AI firm. Her career trajectory takes an unexpected twist when she is selected to helm a groundbreaking project, the inception of T.I.M, which stands for Technologically Integrated Man, an AI companion conceived to augment and facilitate human existence. As the plot unravels, Abby finds herself becoming emotionally entwined with T.I.M, propelling her into a labyrinth of unsettling discoveries about the AI's authentic abilities and aspirations. This film probes deep-seated themes such as faith, dominion, and the ethical quandaries engendered by accelerated technological advancement. Georgina Campbell anchors the film with a performance that subtly shifts between different shades of emotions. She infuses vitality into Abby's character, and her portrayal encapsulates the complex feelings that arise from forming bonds with increasingly anthropomorphic AIs. Mark Rowley fills the role of T.I.M in a manner that unsettlingly teeters between the realms of human existence and mechanical functionality. His subdued depiction personifies the eerie core of a strange territory, where an entity almost mirrors human resemblance, yet misses by a slight margin, just enough to provoke unease. Director Spencer Brown skillfully navigates T.I.M through its thrilling plot twists. He exhibits an acute comprehension of atmospheric tension in each scene. Brown's direction ensures audiences stay riveted throughout, as he gradually reveals narrative layers without overwhelming them. The film's cinematography was breathtaking, molding a futuristic, yet eerily recognizable world. The visuals are polished and immaculate, contrasted with shadow-laden personal scenes that highlight technology's dual nature. The strategic manipulation of lighting and reflections act as a strong visual metaphor, illustrating the thin line separating humans from machines. T.I.M stands out as an intellectually invigorating sci-fi thriller that breaks new ground in exploring emotional intricacies and ethical connotations associated with human-AI interactions. It sets itself apart with compelling performances, particularly by Georgina Campbell and Mark Rowley, combined with its knack for crafting a suspense-filled narrative that encourages audiences to reflect on technology's future path. The film achieves a fine equilibrium between intellectual provocation and emotional involvement, making it an outstanding contribution to the sphere of sci-fi cinema. If you're in search of a cinematic journey that challenges your assumptions about technology's potential impact on human life, I recommend T.I.M. T.I.M is a sci-fi thriller that is 1 hour and 41 minutes long. The southern underworld gives it 5 bloody knives. Beneath the neon glow of Detroit's underbelly, Tess, a young woman seeking refuge in a seemingly unremarkable rental home, stumbles upon an unsettling truth. The door unlocks to reveal not solitude, but the unsettling presence of Keith, a man who claims he booked the same place through a different app. Thrust into an awkward night of cohabitation, Tess is plagued by a gnawing unease, a primal sense of danger lurking just beyond the shadows. Director Zach Cregger crafts a suspenseful atmosphere, weaving together elements of classic horror with a fresh, subversive edge. The cramped confines of the house, with its peeling wallpaper and creaking floorboards, become a living entity, harboring secrets in every corner. The haunting score amplifies the tension, while Georgina Campbell delivers a nuanced performance, capturing the growing paranoia and desperation of her character. As Tess investigates the house's hidden depths, a network of dark tunnels reveals not just unsettling truths about the building's history, but also about the chilling entity that binds it. Flashbacks and unexpected narrative shifts further blur the lines between reality and nightmare, keeping the audience constantly guessing about the true nature of the horror at hand. Barbarian is a descent into the abyss of human depravity, a stark exploration of the vulnerabilities that lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. Cregger masterfully navigates genre tropes, subverting expectations and delivering a unique viewing experience that is both terrifying and thought-provoking. The film's pacing slowly builds unease before exploding into moments of shocking violence and grotesque imagery. The scares are not just visceral but psychological, tapping into our primal fears of isolation, betrayal, and the unknown. Barbarian's graphic violence, disturbing subject matter, and relentless sense of dread can be upsetting for some viewers. But for those who appreciate a well-crafted horror film with genuine depth and originality, Barbarian is a gem in the genre. The film's uniqueness lies in its ability to confront our darkest fears and challenge our perceptions of reality. It reminds us that the monsters we most fear are not always lurking in the shadows, but sometimes dwell within the very heart of the familiar. The film received critical acclaim for its originality, acting, and direction. This movie had everything for me: mystery, a plot twist I did not expect, terror. It was the best time I've had watching a movie in a long time. I highly recommend this one. With its unforgettable story, masterful direction, and chilling exploration of the human condition pushed to its breaking point, Barbarian stands as a testament to the power of cinema to confront our fears and ignite critical reflection on the shadows that dance at the edge of our civilized world. Barbarian is a horror mystery thriller that is 1 hour and 42 minutes long. It is rated R. The Southern Underworld gives it 5 bloody knives. In the heart of the American West, nestled amidst the towering pines and the brooding silence of ancient woods, lies the infamous Overlook Hotel, a place where history and horror intertwine, forever etched in the annals of human tragedy. Decades after the events of Stephen King's seminal novel, The Shining, the hotel's dark legacy continues to cast a long shadow, its sinister power drawing in those who possess the Shining, an extraordinary gift that allows them to perceive and interact with the supernatural. Dan Torrance, now a middle-aged man, bears the scars of his traumatic childhood at the Overlook Hotel, his life haunted by the spectral remnants of his past and the lingering effects of his encounter with the malevolent forces that reside within the hotel's walls. Struggling with alcoholism and the weight of his past, Dan seeks solace in anonymity, working as a caregiver, using his shining gift to ease the passage of the dying. Abra Stone, a young girl with an extraordinary power that surpasses even Dan's, finds herself targeted by a ruthless group known as the True Knot. This nomadic cult preys upon those who possess the Shining, draining their life force to extend their existence. Drawn together by their shared gift and a common enemy, Dan and Abra form an unlikely alliance, embarking on a perilous journey to confront the True Knot and the evil forces they command. Their path leads them back to the Overlook Hotel, a place where Dan must confront the ghosts of his past and harness the full potential of his Shining if he hopes to protect Abra and defeat the True Knot's reign of terror. Dr. Sleep is a chilling and suspenseful sequel to Stephen King's masterpiece, The Shining, blending elements of horror, suspense, and coming-of-age drama. The film delves into the depths of human nature, exploring the themes of trauma, redemption, and the enduring power of love and friendship in the face of overwhelming darkness. Ewan McGregor delivers a captivating performance as Dan Torrance, his portrayal capturing the character's struggle with addiction, guilt, and the lingering trauma of his past. His journey from a troubled man to a reluctant hero is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Kylie Curran shines as Abra Stone, her portrayal infused with both innocence and strength. She embodies the resilience of the human spirit and her unwavering determination to protect those she loves. The film's exploration of the Shining as a double-edged sword is particularly compelling. While the gift allows its possessors to perceive and interact with the supernatural, it also comes with the burden of confronting the darkest corners of human existence. Dr. Sleep is a must-see for fans of Stephen King and horror cinema alike. Its captivating story, well-developed characters, and masterful execution will leave a lasting impression on viewers long after the final credits roll. Dr. Sleep is a drama fantasy horror that is 2 hours and 32 minutes long and is rated R. The Southern Underworld gives it 5 bloody knives. Neil Marshall's 2005 horror film, The Descent, is a deep dive into human fear, trust, and survival. The story primarily takes place in an uncharted cave system and follows a group of women on a caving expedition that quickly turns terrifying. With consistent suspense, horrifying scenes, and psychological depth, The Descent is a standout in modern horror cinema. In this review, I will analyze the elements that make this film so unnerving yet appealing. Sarah is the central character of The Descent, and she is dealing with the fallout of a significant loss. Her friends, Juno, Beth, Sam, Rebecca, and Holly, encourage her to take part in a caving expedition in the Appalachian Mountains to help her recovery process. What starts as an adventure quickly becomes a fight for survival when they become trapped underground and realize they're not alone. The descent effectively creates a tense atmosphere. Marshall uses the cave's limited space to increase the pressure, making viewers feel the character's sense of being trapped and lost. The film consistently presents a dark mood, both in its visuals and underlying themes, creating an environment where fear grows and hope falls apart. The threatening visual components and sound effects of the movie heighten the expectation of impending disaster, keeping suspense high from start to finish. Shauna Macdonald plays Sarah with deep emotionality and passion, capturing her character's journey from vulnerability to determination. Natalie Mendoza's depiction of Juno is a blend of toughness and sensitivity. Initially, she exudes self-assurance, but shows more depth as the story progresses. Alex Reed as Beth provides a unique sense of authenticity that is a rare find. I loved the depth of her friendship with Sarah. The supporting cast brought unique perspectives to the film, making it more relatable and impactful. The descent is not just a physical journey into a cave, it's also a psychological dive into terror and madness. The fear of the unknown plays a significant role in the film. The unexplored cave system represents an unpredictable and dangerous environment, where every shadow and sound could be a threat. This fear keeps both the characters and viewers in a constant state of anxiety. The descent uses the terror of confined spaces as a crucial part of its plot. The characters navigate through complex caves, which symbolize their entrapment. By using small, suffocating spaces and minimal light, the film intensifies this fear and makes viewers feel as though they're trapped alongside the characters. As their situation worsens, distrust grows within the group. Fear and desperation lead to tension and disagreements. These extreme conditions reveal their deepest fears and insecurities, showing how easily human relationships can crumble under stress. The main character, Sarah's struggle for survival, is tied closely to her trauma. Her battle against grief and loss reflects her fight for life in the cave. The film explores how trauma can distort one's view of reality, pushing Sarah to her limits while testing her strength. The group's isolation in the cave increases their feeling of helplessness. Cut off from society and faced with an unknown threat, they have to rely on their wit and teamwork to survive. This isolation heightens their fears, creating a psychologically intense environment. Neil Marshall's skillful direction is evident in his ability to build suspense. He carefully controls the film's pace, balancing quiet moments with sudden bursts of fear. The Descent has a distinctive visual style that pulls viewers into its world. Realistic effects combined with natural lighting add authenticity to the film, while strong contrasts between light and darkness increase feelings of danger. The Descent is both a physical journey into a cave and a metaphorical journey into madness as the friends descend deeper into the cave and into fear and insanity. The movie predominantly showcases women, emphasizing their strength and solidarity when confronting terrifying circumstances. It was refreshing to witness such a display of female empowerment in a horror movie. The cave in The Descent represents nature's lack of concern for human suffering. The character's struggle against environmental hazards and monstrous creatures emphasizes this theme. Sarah's journey also includes redemption and forgiveness, as she deals with her past trauma while fighting for survival. Her acceptance of her grief shows how confronting fears can lead to personal growth and healing. The Descent has influenced other films with its mix of psychological terror and physical horror. Its innovative use of realistic effects combined with sound design has set new standards for immersive experiences in horror. Upon release, The Descent received widespread praise for its direction, performances, and ability to create genuine fear. Its psychological complexity and strong ambience have earned it recognition as one of the most esteemed horror films of the 21st century. The Descent has made important cultural contributions, especially by portraying strong female characters. It challenges the usual conventions of horror, prompting scholarly debates about the role of gender in this genre. This has encouraged movie directors to develop narratives that are more diverse and inclusive. The Descent is a compelling horror film that explores human fear, trust, and survival. It combines ongoing tension with shocking scares along with deep psychological themes. Neil Marshall's direction, coupled with strong performances, creates an unforgettable experience that stays with viewers long after they've watched it. The Descent is an adventure horror thriller that is 1 hour and 39 minutes long and is rated R. The Southern Underworld gives it 5 bloody knives. The act of descending into the subterranean depths stirs a primordial dread that is universal. The life-giving sun is snuffed out, supplanted by an all-encompassing obsidian void. This is a realm where enigmas slumber and even the air feels weighted with expectancy. Neil Marshall, esteemed for his gore-drenched genre offerings such as Dog Soldiers and Doomsday, deftly exploits this fundamental apprehension in his latest film, The Lair. The narrative trails Lieutenant Kate Sinclair, played by Charlotte Kirk, a Royal Air Force pilot shot down over Afghanistan's conflict-ridden terrain. Injured and isolated, she stumbles upon a concealed hatch, an entrance to a darkness far more treacherous than the war zone above. Marshall maintains an air of mystery around what Sinclair will encounter, although the trailer provides fleeting glimpses of grotesque creatures stirring beneath the Earth's surface. The Lair isn't solely about these monstrous beings. It also explores the suffocating terror accompanying their emergence. The confined environment of the underground facility heightens tension as labyrinthine tunnels twist and turn into ever more oppressive darkness. It evokes feelings of entrapment within a maze while being pursued by an unseen predator, promising a gruesome end. Marshall, recognized for his savage action sequences, ensures The Lair delivers on this front too. The trailer suggests desperate battles for survival with soldiers succumbing to visceral attacks. Yet true horror lies in uncertainty. What lurks in those shadows? What disturbing physiology powers these creatures? The film takes pleasure in withholding answers, leaving viewers to squirm uncomfortably while they conjure up their darkest fears. The Lair also highlights human elements, as trailers reveal a diverse group of American and British soldiers facing this underground menace together. Will unity prevail against this horrifying threat, or will fear tear them apart? The film probes human bonds when faced with unimaginable terror. The Lair goes beyond being a creature feature. It represents a journey into the abyss, both tangible and figurative. It probes the darkness within us all and our inherent fear of the unknown, capable of pushing even the bravest to their limits. Neil Marshall's The Lair is not for everyone. It's an unrelenting film that immerses viewers in a nightmarish world from its outset. A palpable sense of dread permeates the air, as dense and stifling as the dust clouding Afghanistan's war-torn landscape. Charlotte Kirk delivers a compelling performance as Lieutenant Kate Sinclair, resourceful and determined, yet tested by unimaginable horrors. The supporting cast contributes to the film's desperate and paranoid atmosphere, despite limited development time. Marshall skillfully uses the setting to enhance tension. The underground facility becomes another character, a complex maze amplifying claustrophobia and isolation. The oppressive darkness is occasionally broken by flickering torchlight or sudden violence. It's a place where every rustle or drip sends chills down your spine. The real stars are the creatures themselves, grotesque entities brought to life through practical effects rather than CGI. Their design is disturbingly alien. Their motives remain enigmatic, increasing their fright factor. Action sequences in The Lair are brutal yet purposeful. Marshall doesn't shy away from gore. It serves to emphasize the creature's savagery and character's desperation for survival. The Lair won't appeal to everyone with its relentless sensory assault and exploration of humanity's darkest corners. But for those seeking genuine terror, it's essential viewing. Just be ready to plunge into darkness with hopes of finding your way back. The Lair is an action horror sci-fi film that is 1 hour and 37 minutes long. It is unrated. The Southern Underworld gives it 4 bloody knives.